Good morning, guys. So, today I want to share two things, both in the book of Matthew. Both are in chapter 5. The first is going to be 5:21 through 22, and then the second part is going to be 27 through 28. So, here's the first part. Matthew 5:21. You have heard that the ancients were told, "You shall not commit murder, and whoever commits murder shall be liable to the court." But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother shall be guilty before the court, and whoever says to his brother, "You good for nothing," shall be guilty before the Supreme Court, and whoever says, "You fool," shall be guilty enough to go into the fiery hell. All right. And the second part here, Matthew, starting with verse 27. You have heard that it was said, "You shall not commit adultery." But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. All right, so basically, I wanted to share those two things because I felt led to um, uh, share that Jesus was very adamant and upfront about sin. I mean, we sin not only by our actions, but by our thoughts, by our emotions, and by what we say. And this is what these two sections describe exactly that, because like the first part, talks about thou shalt not commit murder, is, is the law of Moses. So if you commit murder, there's the action, you're liable in court. But then Jesus goes on to say, but if you're angry with your brother, you shall be guilty. So there's that's the emotion aspect. And then, of course, he gives two examples of, whoever says to his brother, "You're good for nothing," and then "You fool." What we say. And I'd go as far as to say with that also includes not only what you say, but what you think and feel. Because usually, especially the last one, "You fool," usually is said out of anger and out of the thought that that person is just totally not there, I guess. And then the same thing goes with, lust. Because lust is basically a hardcore form of covetousness that that comes from the heart. I mean, it's pretty dogma right there. You think about it. And it, it flips around too. The women are just as guilty of lust as men are. But yeah, just looking intently at another person and having thoughts about them is a sin. And it's not me that's saying this. This is Jesus saying this. So, and this is the result of our sin nature. We sin every day. We can't help it. It's who we are. And try as we might, we can't get away from our sinning. Does that mean that we should just sin and just be done with it? No, of course not. We need to try to be more like Christ. But Christ makes it very plain to us that sin is not just actions. It's thoughts, it's words, it's feelings, and it's emotions. You know, and all this started with the fall of Adam and Eve. Wanting to be like gods, or, wanting to be like God, not gods, but wanted to be like God. And, Satan, who is the fallen angel, Lucifer, wanted to supplant God because he was jealous of God. And the way that he figured he could do that was to make Adam and Eve question what God really said, which falls into pride, lust, and all that. That's how that all started, because he was able to convince Eve, in a lie that, God didn't want what's best for him, basically. God was basically withholding good and evil from them, and so he used that to entice Adam and Eve to take the bite, and they did, and we fell, and here we are. So we need to be on constant alert of ourselves about how we think, how we feel. And it's not just the consciousness, too. Subconsciously, we do the exact same things and don't even know it. So when I ask for forgiveness for sins, a lot of times, personally, I'll ask for those sins that I do know about, the conscious sins that I've done and know that I've done. But I also ask for forgiveness for the sins that I might not know about, the unconscious ones. Something that you don't realize is a sin, but actually is. So, anyways, I just felt led to share, that I guess you could say how sin really encompasses our lives, because it's everything about us, and that we can't get away from it, because we always are thinking something, we're always feeling something, and we're always saying something, outside the fact that we're always doing something. So it's kind of a very humbling and sobering thought, and that's why we need Jesus Christ in our life. We need his blood that was shed for our sins to help to be our reconciliation and justification to God, which will help lead us to sanctification, which is change. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.